Hi. Okay, we're gonna start this over. Hi, everybody. Continuous Outrage, episode 2. Change that frame a little bit, Jake.
I don't know how to.
Change it a little bit. There we go. No, turn it. Oh, this is happening live, people. Happening live. What are you doing? Hello, YouTube. Hello, Twitch, and hello, Facebook.
Hi.
Continuous Outrage, episode 2 of many. We're hoping
Every week. Every Tuesday
at 9 o'clock.
8 Central.
8 Central. We've got a pretty jam-packed show for you guys tonight. A lot going on, a lot to talk about. We'll see. You know, Jake again doesn't do his weekly show prep.
I'm ready to see what you got for me.
So what happened is last week, after the episode, I wrote up a extensive episode 2 outline. Right, it was 3 or 4 pages long with footnotes and references, and I sent it to Jake last Tuesday night, and I feel like he didn't read it.
You must send the wrong email.
JakePowell@gmail.com.
That's not what it is.
How many are there? How many can there be? All right, no, so I'm lying. So basically, we come up with this stuff on the fly. Not on the fly. We have an outline that Jake doesn't read until, well, he read about a minute and a half ago before we started. But basically, this is just a show of us being us, hanging out with you guys for an hour on Tuesday nights, talking about games, and hopefully we get some comments here. That's going to help us a lot. We don't have Twitch comments enabled, so we're not even going to be able to read them if they come in. So
it's right there on the bottom. We just can't see it because it's the screen's down there.
That's fair. We're going to try and put this up on multiple platforms every week. Listen, man, what are you doing?
We're good.
You're throwing me off.
I'm not trying to throw you off.
Well, you're not
continue,
trying to.
Continue with your intro.
I forgot where I was. So we're going to be putting this out every week, and we're looking forward to a lot of community involvement, obviously with everything we do. But your little comments will appear right here. You guys can't see where I'm pointing.
That's
Where is Jake's hat?
Oh,
Where's your hat?
There's my hat.
I was like, what is that? It's like a dead hamster.
Okay, my hat.
So we don't know where his hat's at. Can't find it. That's the whole premise of this episode. We need you to help us find Jake's hat. Where has it gone? Disappeared into the ether.
Find my hat.
Unbelievable. This is unreal. The first comment just totally
It's
derailed.
so weird having 3 different
Don't
cameras.
worry about it, man. Like you're a professional now.
Fuck hats.
Don't.
Oh.
Unbelievable, man. We don't even have a censor button. Don't even have a censor button.
Can't read the comments.
So I don't know what's going on YouTube. That looks like we got a person on YouTube. Jake Campbell says, "Good job, guys. Keep up the good work, and remember Jakey."
Yeah, it's Jakey. I'm Jakey.
We can't forget you.
That's Jake.
He says to remember you.
Yeah, because I'm Jakey, and he's Jake.
I get it, Jake. I get it. Okay, so you're Jakey. Okay, we got to get this thing rolling, man, or we're gonna lose viewers.
All right. Well, we want to announce.
Hey, look, you see what you're doing here on YouTube? You guys can't move that. You can see the.
Well, you're. How do you want me to do it? You're in the way. Like it's.
Oh, guys, we are professional. There we go. That's perfect.
That's better.
We're professional. So, okay. So we want a lot of comments, a lot of engagement tonight, guys. If you could possibly, chime in. If you're on our Twitch or YouTube stream here, go to our Facebook page. We're currently live, and we want comments.
Acropolis Games. In case you're. YouTube this time, eh?
Is that backwards?
Eli's on it. Yeah.
Eli's on YouTube? Sweet. Direct people to Facebook, Eli, if you could.
Drop a number already, don't worry.
Perfect.
Oh, shoot. She heard it.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were going to do it again. Yeah, this is live, Jakey.
I was hoping not enough people were on yet to hear me say that.
All right, man. So let's get this thing rolling. Okay, so tonight we're doing something really, really cool, and we don't know if we're going to do this every week. We don't know. There's a lot of things we don't know.
We want to do it every week.
No, we're doing the show every week, regardless. We're always doing the show.
No, I mean this. We're talking about this, right?
We're talking about that.
We want to. Yeah, we want to do that every week, right?
Sure, let's do it.
I mean, the more engagement, it revolves around engagement, right? So.
You're right.
Okay. On you guys. So what we're talking about is we want to do giveaways for you guys if we get enough people watching.
For engagement. Yeah. So it's basically a live contest. It's going to go. Just during I guess not just during. So you basically have a week from now until our next show. Okay, so if you comment on the podcast on
the Facebook page, the Facebook video,
and share it on Facebook. Okay, and if we get a good YouTube following and Twitch following, we'll incorporate these. But right now we'll focus right on Facebook. Yeah, so if you comment and share, so we can track all that. all the people that do that will be from the amount of people that do that will be randomly chosen a winner.
Yep. So like it.
So say that again in a more concise way than I just did.
I'll bring it all together. Like the video. Comment on the video. Say good job or where's Jake's hat.
We're getting hearts. And
share the video. You do those 3 things. If we can get this going with a lot of people each week, every Tuesday
at 8 Central.
As we're prepping the show and stuff, we'll pick someone randomly.
Yep.
And then so next week, we'll announce the winner for this week's video at the beginning of the show.
So if you're able to follow that, like, comment, and share, you got a chance to win something cool. Okay, every week's gonna be something different.
No idea what it is right now.
We don't. I got an idea. I just haven't said it. And see, the thing is, if I tell you, you might let it slip throughout the week.
No,
and people might start jumping on artificially. My head is reflective. That's because I don't have any hair, Scott. Thanks for pointing that out.
Dang.
But hey, you know
savage.
What? This is another thing. Our perfectly professional setup here. We are using the store lighting, and we have one umbrella light right there that's really radiating heat. I don't know how you're wearing that. You've got to be dying in there.
No, man. I support the brand no matter what.
Is it backwards? It's definitely backwards on Facebook.
Backwards on YouTube as well.
All right.
It
so
might
Twitch,
be straight.
It's right.
It's right on Twitch.
Eli has jumped from one platform to the other. Get a hat, Tim.
Damn,
what's a hat, Tim?
Get a...
Hello, family. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you share. You got a chance to win. For you guys that just tuned in, we got the contest going. One of you lovely people, why don't you? It's in the description. Right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah. No, it's not.
No, I put it in the description, man.
I know. I
don't know why I asked you if it was, because I put it in there.
I seen the announcement 30 minutes ago.
See, it's already out there.
All right. Well, we'll make sure to edit it and put it in the description.
Yeah. Scott says we need a proper Diablo system. I don't know what that is. Scott, I'd love to chat with you about it. Game. I don't think that's what he's talking about.
He wants us to stream Diablo.
All right.
3.
All right. Yes, Tony. Tony's effectively raising his hand via Facebook.
I bet he says, what about comics?
What?
What's
my
the
God. Oh, no.
Anyway, so let's get,
What's the contest? The contest is you like, comment, and share this current post that you are currently active on, and you'll get something free.
You already commented, so good job. That's A. 1 out of 3 down.
Thank you, Laura. We really appreciate it.
I already did all 3, so pushy.
All right, so we've introduced the contest. We're already about 8 minutes into this thing, and nothing has happened. And I'm gonna leave.
If this whole episode is about promoting the contest, it's a success.
Just title episode 2 the contest.
The contest.
And then don't do anything next week with it. Don't pick a winner.
It's just a joke.
That's so funny. All right, so did we introduce ourselves? 8 minutes in, I'm Tim. This is Jake E.
Jake E.
Jake E. 2 E's.
From Acropolis
Is that on your birth certificate?
Yeah, I changed it.
Did you? How much did that cost?
I just wrote an E at the end.
You just wrote, that's like defaming federal documents. You're probably going to go to prison. And you're on tape. Physical tape.
It was a copy.
Discuss Magic metagame. All right, let's go. Talk Magic.
Ryan Elliott.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'll talk to you about it.
You know nothing about Magic.
That's all right.
All right, but
I talked to you about a lot of things you know nothing about.
I have 2 modern decks. What are they?
Okay. Is that meta?
I played 2 modern decks.
Okay, listen. How about we spend a couple minutes to talk about what they do, and then I understand mechanics, man.
Okay. I don't talk about
Storm. Let's talk about Storm.
Storm's a degenerate. That's impressive that you know Storm.
I know way more than you guys get credit for, man.
It's a degenerate combo deck. Storm is a deck it's like Solitaire.
So it's a Magic deck.
It's a Magic deck that revolves around casting as many spells on your turn as possible.
Isn't that the name of the game?
No, it doesn't even. It's like in one turn. People call it a Solitaire deck because
you're not playing together.
The guy, once they start comboing off, it takes them like a while to do it.
Is it control?
No, it's a combo deck.
Okay.
So they just wait until they can combo, and then you sit for 15 minutes while they play the game.
See, now, like, that happens to me in Dragon Ball all the time. Like, the guy across from you, he's not doing anything. He's just like, I'm trying to give, like, the dead eyes.
Who would win? Super Saiyan 4? Super Saiyan Blue would win every time.
Super Saiyan Blue is
You know why?
probably the worst
You know why?
conceivable.
Do you know why Super Saiyan Blue would win?
Why? I don't know.
Super
why.
Saiyan 4 isn't real. It's made up.
It isn't real.
It's make believe.
So it's like
Fan fiction.
Who would win between? Well, it's not real. Talking about a
It's not. It's not real.
Oh, in regards to what?
In regards to realness, canon.
Okay, canon. Okay, you're talking about two fictional versions of a fictional race.
It's not canon. I don't know.
I don't know what. Listen, Super Saiyan 4 is the worst version. Hi to YouTube viewers. Thanks for watching. Show about whatever. Can we get comments on that?
Oh yeah, we had some.
Yeah.
Eli commented on
No,
it.
does it pop up?
It did once.
Sorry guys, we're doing this totally live here.
I don't know. No one messed it.
Don't mess it up. You're already shaking it. Okay, Super Saiyan 4.
Do it, Ryan. Yes, if you wanted to, you should build a modern deck.
Yeah.
You should do it because I have it and it's good.
What, Storm?
No, Marty Pyromancer. It's Anyways, but back to the real good discussion
of if Super Saiyan 4 is real.
It's fake.
I don't like it. I mean, personally, I don't like it.
It's straight up fan fiction.
Really?
Yeah, man. What else would you call it? Let's say
I would call it a really terrible rendition of what we've got. The mullet awesomeness. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the tail. I didn't like the red monkey chest hair.
I think the design is really cool. Like, I think the looks of Super Saiyan 4 is really cool.
You know, okay, so I watched a video on YouTube at one point in my life, and it was talking about how Toriyama is really forgetful.
Yeah.
Like, he thought that Super Saiyan 2 wasn't a thing, like that Super Saiyan 3 was Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah,
and they were going to give it a tail, but forgot to give it a tail.
Yeah.
So that's why Super Saiyan 4 has a tail?
Well, he didn't make the initial design.
That's a lie, Jake.
He didn't.
It is a lie. It's fan fiction. What you're saying is fan fiction.
No, it's
Toriyama
not.
was involved. GT is a stain.
Okay, time out. He was involved. He didn't create the whole story. He had some input. He didn't create the Super Saiyan 4 design initially. He's done drawings for it.
Okay,
with someone else.
That's fair.
And he signed off, said it was really, really good look. He liked it. He approved it.
Another video I saw was talking about how Dragon Ball at the time had been on for.
So glad Tony's not here.
For 15 years, he's here in spirit.
Wow.
For like 15 years straight in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So like people were just like, "Oh my God, more Dragon Ball." Now we're like, "Come on, more Dragon Ball."
Yeah, we need it.
You know what I mean?
We need more.
We
Dragon
need
Ball.
it to continue past where it ended. But okay, I don't know who put us on that. Was that Scott?
That's Scott. Yeah.
Come on, Scott. You better not have left after you made that comment. Made us derail. You better still be watching, Scott. Okay. We talked about the contest ad nauseum. Is that a deck?
Why? Yeah. Why would you even bring that up?
I'm trying to interact.
Trying to relate. Trying to relate to the Magic crowd.
Listen, man. I'm just trying to relate
Nauseum is
to
a very
all
bad
gamers.
deck. It's
All
a very
gamers.
bad deck.
Everybody matters. Actually, the meat of what we're going to talk about tonight, other than the reality or the fiction of Super Saiyan 4, the meat of what we're going to talk about is gamer etiquette tonight.
Yeah.
Gamer etiquette. So what does it mean to be a good gamer?
I think we touched on this
We
a
did,
lot
we
last
did,
week,
we
but
did.
I think it's important to
kind of lay it out.
dedicate a whole episode to.
A whole 40 minutes.
Well, it's probably going to be like 10.
That's fair. That's fair. If we can get 10 minutes, I would be totally on board with that. Do we have anybody on Twitch?
I don't know.
I don't know either, man. Let us know if you're on Twitch. Okay, so gamer etiquette. What do you think that, first of all, what kind of person do you like to play games with? Now, you play, I would say you have a much broader gaming experience, opponent-wise, than most people. Because
Yeah.
you travel to these events and you play, who knows how many different people.
Yeah, and I play multiple different games as well.
Right. but I mean, right. So you're playing different opponents in different settings and different games. What what's important to you when it comes to an opponent? Like what makes a good opponent for you?
It really depends on where I'm at, I guess. Because
well, let's lump everything together. So you're talking talking tournament, you're talking casual, you're talking pickup, whatever.
Just mainly just respectful, like as a person, I suppose. Right. Like, non D-bag. They don't even have to be chatty or pleasant or anything. They just have to be like respectful of like who you are.
Hang on, I have to full disclosure. If Jake's talking and he doesn't say something that's inherently funny, I start laughing, it's because I read a comment. Okay, so like I shouldn't be reading these. I should be listening intently to what Jake is saying. But in this case,
he just doesn't. As soon as he asks me a question, he just
it's like turn it off.
Turns off. He's like. In real life too, not even for the video. He's just like
he's not wrong.
Hey Jake, so what do you think about Quiet Place?
We're gonna talk about A Quiet Place later. I think we touched on it last week, but it's on the agenda tonight. Okay, so an opponent, non D-bag.
Yeah, respectful, like just like in the sense of a person, like they say good game. They can kind of gauge
sportsmanship. I mean,
yeah, essentially good sportsmanship, and it goes into all games.
I got this analogy about basketball.
You always bring it
up. That's what I said. Because last week you tried to call me out on it. No, but I mean, again, sports are...
Okay, so like I'll give a couple bad experiences I've had. Where, so I'll be playing a game, and Magic and Warhammer and Dragon Ball, all these games you play, almost any game you play has variants.
What do you mean by variants?
So in Magic, it's luck of the draw, right? Like you have
you're talking mechanics with it built into the game.
Yes.
Okay.
Each game has variants in the game that can sway how things go. So like I've played games where like I'll play and have a really, I guess, statistically lucky hand, and
or dice rolling.
Or dice rolling. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I've seen that.
5s and 6s are 50% for me. So, anyway, and then like so you'll play and like you're not being rude and you're not like being cocky, but they're just so upset at them losing because of variance.
They contaminate the game for you.
Yeah, they're just rude. They're like, oh, you're so lucky. And they're like, I would have beat you if I got this. I'm like, well, I mean, maybe we don't know how the game would have went. Yeah. And they're just like, they just make it. I walk away from the table and just like, man, it's just really bad feeling about that last round.
It deludes.
Or even if I lose and they like, and they won in a very cocky and toxic way in the same way, like, oh, I should have beat you faster, but I just go to the next round like very negative feeling, and it's just.
No, I hear you.
Sucks.
You want that? I mean, the term social contract gets thrown around all the time when you're talking about rules and you're talking about game systems and all that. But I mean, really, when you sit down to play a game with somebody, there's an element of respect that I think that each player is owed, especially in a collectible game. You know what I mean? Not that a board game doesn't matter, but you know what I mean. Like usually, you play a board game with people that
I think what's most in a community-based game is super important.
Right, right. Well, what I'm saying is where like if I am bringing, possibly hundreds or thousands of dollars of my toys or my collectibles.
Toys.
Well, I mean that's what they are. They're toys.
You should paint your toys.
Unbelievable. Just a little jab. Wearing me down. No, but like if we both spend any amount of money on this game, right?
Yeah.
So we're both clearly involved in it. So to ruin the experience for another person, I think is the wrong way to handle it.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Even I feel at a competitive level. You know what I mean? Because I think sportsmanship is super important.
I think I've seen enough I've been in enough competitive play and seen enough of like higher competitive play to know that doesn't matter what's on the line. The sportsmanship isn't like mutually exclusive to more casual tournaments. I've seen tournaments where people and like the highest of stakes, like $1 million is on the line, and they walk away with a smile. They lost, and like, oh, it was a good game. You know, I had a lot of fun. And
right, because that's what it's about, right? I mean, like you're playing a game.
Yeah, and you can't take the game personally. Like you can get like frustrated, I suppose, but
right.
like at the end of the day, it's a game of variance, and you just want the interaction. You'll have more memories of good interactions.
Mm-hmm.
Than what you won, I suppose. Like if you
right,
win,
the experience is more important than the outcome.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways.
You win a tournament, and then a year later, you're gonna more remember experiences you had,
right,
than what you won.
No, I agree. I think
unless it's like the Super Bowl, or like
right.
That
but I mean,
hierarchy.
even sportsmanship, even at that level, I think is super important.
Very much so. I mean, look at we always go to sports. But
here comes the sports analogy.
So
unreal.
So we watch the NFL playoffs every year, and Cam Newton had a very negative reaction to them losing.
Not good old Cam. Cam Newton.
So he just good point, Adam.
Adam made a good point. I was going to come
back.
back.
Spectators can ruin a game as well.
You're just like right up in the camera, like knuckle.
Not bad.
Back to the drink. No. Adam says for those you can't see, Adam says that spectators can ruin a game as well, and that happens all the time.
Yeah.
So like you got a game going on. Some people get really upset. Like if I came to watch you play a game, and I'm like, hey, you should do this. Some people get really upset about that.
I mean, I think it depends on the situation, whether you're validated in getting upset. Like, I've seen a lot of people in tournaments do it, where I think that's validated. Like, you shouldn't.
No,
But then, like, I've seen people do it in casual play, and people get mad. Like, there's nothing on the line. Like, why are you mad?
We've talked a lot about this too. There's a weird kind of dichotomy with every game that I've seen, especially collectible games, where if there is an existing tournament structure, like everybody has to just adjust it in live time. What's this? No, but it seems like there's a need to play by the tournament rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I understand it. You show up and you're like, okay, I can expect this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I think that we need to focus on not losing what we're doing. You know, we're playing a game because we enjoy it. You know what I mean? But to take it to where everything's always ultra competitive. You know, to me, there's a difference between being super competitive and wanting to win. You know, and I'm going to bring this up when we talk about the power gaming aspect of player etiquette later.
Who's the biggest power gamer you know?
Can't say that live. Can't say it live.
I'll say who I think it is.
Who do you think it is?
I think it's Caleb.
Caleb Maine?
Yeah.
Do you really?
I do. I also don't think he's watching, so I feel safe calling him out on live camera. Get the
power gaming is a whole nother can of worms.
I think he's nice and respectful during play.
But he's playing to win.
He's a power gamer.
Always playing the most efficient. Yeah. Whatever it is he's playing as efficiently as he can, right? But that's how people enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like we always talk about Brad, like he'll come in and talk about the.
Oh, he is watching.
Thanks, bud. Hey, thanks for watching, Caleb. Even if you are a power gamer. That's unbelievable. Oh God!
And then we have one less viewer. I think he bailed.
He left. Power gamer has a negative connotation, but like, if you enjoy playing the game that way, who's to say if it's within the rules?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, the thing I don't like about it is like the whole "get good, bruh."
Get good, bro.
You know, like, okay, so you're playing maxed out efficiency, and I'm new. Telling me to get good.
Good.
Doesn't do me any good. There you go. And you heard it from the horse's mouth. Calling people out and then...
And the horse's mouth.
Just using the power gamer slogan. Get good, bruh. bruh. You were on a point. You were saying something very valid.
I can't remember.
Guys, we need some more comments going here.
I think it derails us.
Yeah, but okay. Well, then go ahead. Go ahead.
Right, so we're
talking about gamer etiquette.
I think we skipped 2 power gaming.
No, we didn't skip at all. We're just dabbling.
Okay.
But that's the whole stream of consciousness thing, man.
Gaming etiquette.
So, like, what's expected? Like, when you play in one of these big events, I'm sure you go into it with a different mindset, but you expect people to approach you differently.
I expect different.
Okay, like different how? Different how?
Well, this is live. Tell Frank to... Anyway, sorry.
You're right. It really does derail you.
You asked me
yes, give us some trolls.
All right, so I think when I go...
Where is Frank?
If I go to a big event, I don't necessarily want a different experience from my opponent, but I just expect it, I suppose. Like, I expect them to not care. Well, this is actually a really interesting interaction. I went to a team event. A couple months ago with Josiah and some other guy that I barely knew. And my opponent did a rule violation, but like I knew the fix. Like it wasn't like, but we called a judge over because rules violations in Magic means advantage to us,
right?
Regardless of like how small it is. So, he hit the rule violation was he was supposed to look at the top 3 cards, rearrange them, and put them back on top, and then draw a card. What he did was he put all 3 cards and put them into his hand. He didn't change the order out, so I knew what the 3 cards were, but because they were connected,
right?
We called a judge over, even though like I was kind of iffy about it.
About calling a judge over?
Yeah, because like I as just a game, like I know that those are the 3 cards that they were.
Right, but it's like a penalty in the Super Bowl, right? Like even if it's like holding like this, like it. Yeah. You're not gonna be like, oh no, man, don't call him for holding.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're trying to win.
And so, and to be fair, if I didn't stop him once he put it into his hand, he might have continued with more rules violations.
Right.
But anyways, I won the game because of it.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Was he salty about it?
No, he was more disappointed in himself.
That he messed up?
Yeah, you could tell.
That's a better way to really go about it, though. You know, like how many times have you been playing a game and somebody like would move something and they're like, "Oh, can I take that back?" And you let them take it back. Or, you know, to me, if I'm going to win a game, I would rather win the game being. Somebody said, what did they say? Basically, make it easier for your opponent and as difficult on yourself as you can. You know what I mean? So, like, all benefit of the doubt goes to your opponent. So, like, back in the day when you had the templates for 40K, they're like, well, is that under there? 100% of the time, it's like, yeah, he's probably under there. Does he look like he is? Then he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, honestly, games are way more fun that way. Because if somebody's going to cheat, let him cheat. You know, we'll talk about cheating in a minute here.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, cheaters only gets them nowhere. Like it
doesn't. But if it's that important to physically cheat, so like, if the guy's clearly not under there, I'm like, I count him, he's under there. Or if that guy had intentionally taken those 3 cards hoping you wouldn't miss it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which, you know, it's going to happen. If you play enough games, you're going to play against somebody who is actively cheating.
And that's why the rules are there in the first place.
Right, that's why they have all this time spent to balance and play test and whatnot, put it out there. But I just really think it's important to maintain that you're playing a game.
Yeah.
The game is meant to be played for fun, even at the highest level.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, I don't know, I keep wanting to use a 40K analogy. So, like, if somebody forgets their psychic phase.
Yeah.
And they start shooting, like, oh, can I go back and do this? 100% of the time, I'm like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to beat somebody because they forgot something. And sometimes my opponents are like, you know what, it's on me. It's on me.
What's it called? That one guy with the 40K got screwed, right?
What's up, Steve? Steve McDowell? What's that?
Lie, steal, and cheat, and that's how you make it in life.
That's how you make it.
Dude, I watched this guy.
Don't listen to Steve.
He ran naked.
Listen, you can't talk about this. No proof. No proof that it was Steve.
I agree. It wasn't. There was a masked man.
I was by the bush when that masked man decided to run out, and I was like, man. That was a long time ago.
I held the masked man's clothes.
I don't know how they caught him. I I really don't.
It was word of mouth?
Everybody knew who it was.
Yeah.
But we can't confirm or deny if it was.
No, I actually
Steve.
don't know. I heard a rumor. I didn't hold his clothes. It wasn't Steve McDowell's clothes.
Did you hold him?
I held his clothes.
Oh, man, what were we talking about, man? Before Steve derailed us, we were talking about his naked romp across.
The benefit of the doubt and fun. So
right,
that one guy got screwed in the Warhammer tournament.
You talking about the LVO?
The one where he deep struck a guy down, or he didn't even deep strike him, right? You just put him on the table.
Here's the whole
because he was going to deep strike him.
Here's the whole situation, right? So they're measuring stuff out, and he's like, okay, I need to be 9 inches away. Can you hold that for me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm listening.
No, I just was gonna laugh. Do it again. Literally to the point where the guy was holding the tape measure for him, and then he put the models down and started to move something else.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not gonna let you move them. He deep strike at the end of movement phase.
Yeah.
And he deep struck a unit, and the guy's like, dude, you helped me measure it out. And he's like, I know, I can't let you do it. I'm sorry.
That's ridiculous.
So the guy literally, the guy quit, who wasn't allowed to move his models. And he's like, in games, he was playing an assault army. So like, okay, I missed a whole turn of movement. And he was playing against Eldar.
Yeah, which
Caleb, if you're still watching, he's playing against Cheese. Cheese. But
a power gamer. If you play Eldar,
well, I mean, if gamer. We need to define power gamer.
I'm just joking. I think.
No, but he literally quit the game, and he's like, you know what? Let's just play it out because they were on the top. They were one of the top tables, top 8, after 3 days of.
Yeah.
It's like 8 rounds of 40K, a lot of 40K, but he's like, let's play it out. Let's see what happens. And he got just mollywopped.
By Eldar.
He's already playing an uphill battle, man.
Yeah.
Eldar already getting ready to lay the spanking on him. But he played it out, and I guess somebody donated some money, and he donated that money to some kind of good cause. So it ended up working out okay.
That's a good story. The good people turn that negative story into a positive thing.
But eventually the guy came out and apologized. It came out publicly. That he had apologized to the TO, the head TO, and he just said that he got carried away in the moment, let it get to him, and he just wasn't thinking clearly, and he was just too competitive to the point where it was negative for the game.
Yeah.
And this thing was on Twitch. The LVO was one of the biggest tournaments in the world.
Right, so it's thousands of people watching.
That was the biggest 40K tournament ever.
Yeah.
520 people or something like that. That kind of stuff's really unfortunate. Because clearly the guy knows he made it to the top 8. He knows when deep strike happens.
Yeah.
But sometimes, man, you're trying to play a game in 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and there's 2,000 points. There's so many miles in the field.
So much going on.
And you're trying to...
you're on a stream.
You're trying to navigate all your army. So, I can see how, if he's moving right to left, I'm not sure how he did it, but if he's moving from one side...
I think he literally decided, I know where my deep strikers need to go. And it's vital that they come in right now.
And I want to move everything else
around them.
Right.
Yeah. And we've all done that, right? You fudged a model, you've done this, you've done that. It's just impossible to be perfect and precise. And it's a game. It's not the end of the world. So that was a really negative thing that happened at that event. But, I really think that competitive play gets a bad stigma when it doesn't necessarily have to.
Well, sometimes, yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously, competitive players want to win, but I'll take our 40K scene, for instance, our 40K tournaments. We've got a lot of good guys that travel from all over the region to play in these events, and they're 99% of the time,
they just boast that
very, very cordial. What?
They just boast the tournament plug there.
Come on, man! They come from all over. What I'm saying is, it's
dozens
not
of players from all over.
Here at Acropolis, we have monthly tournaments with dozens of players from around the region.
All the way from
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Grand Rapids, Michigan. Come down here
Mount
to play.
Pleasant, Michigan. Sandusky, Ohio. Toledo, Ohio. That's not what I was saying.
Angola, Indiana.
Angola, Indiana. Orlando, Florida. Santa Fe, New Mexico. No, but it's not about the number of players or where they come. The point is they're not all local guys.
Right.
And they come, they might not know each other. They come and play together just fine. You know, I mean, every once in a while people get pissed off or, you know, have a negative experience with one player to another. Sometimes it's player personalities. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really get along very well with you, but like most people, most people I can play a game with, no problem.
I don't know many people who don't enjoy playing games with me. So I don't know what you're talking about. Something's wrong with you, if that's the case.
Spoken like a true narcissist. The problem is you, brother. No, I mean the whole competitive kind of negative vibe. You know what I mean? Like I think it's just everybody likes to win. Everybody likes to win.
That's fair. I understand what you're saying. That it gets a bad vibe, but even like there's a line too far that some people cross.
Right,
and people have crossed it, and people have gotten negative.
Well, that's the beautiful thing, though, because like if there's one guy who's out in front, what? If there's one guy that is clearly
toxic,
overboard or toxic, everybody else can see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like one of those things. Like, why not just like let it be what it is?
This thing is just as a community, as a storefront, kind of hard because like you don't want to like discriminate customers, right? But as a community, does the community like speak out on said toxic players, or do they just let them be toxic?
Well, I think it depends on the level of toxicity. So
Demon's great again, Jordan Tanner.
Jordan Tanner is alive. Unbelievable. Tuning in, here we go, talking about that net we cast from Huntsville, Alabama. Jordan Tanner.
He said, make Demons great again. Big FAQ, not on my watch. RIP Demons 2018.
Hey, listen, I gotta admit, I don't feel bad for anybody when it comes to these FAQs.
Like Demons?
Because Guard got that baby seal. They got clubbed like a baby seal.
Dude, get over
in October.
Demons were like,
get over it.
Demons were like here, and then boom, Codex, and FAQ.
Jordan, we love you too, man. We want to know when you're coming back. We're glad you're watching. Leave another comment. That big FAQ.
Like and share, and you can win a prize.
You can win a prize that you have to come here to redeem, my friend.
Yeah, you have to be
it's
here.
It's an excuse
to
drive up. See, another player from Huntsville, Alabama.
Coming up.
Is that where you live? Is that where he lives, Huntsville?
He lives in... I was going to make a joke. I don't want to say it.
Okay, good. Better not. You already started the show off with like a total...
I don't know what I'm talking about. I didn't do it.
No, well, it's immortalized. It's on there
it's
literally
cut.
Forever.
It's cut.
Forever. Jordan, we were looking forward to it, my friend.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about making demons great again.
Yep. That's what I was referring to.
No, we're talking about the toxic player.
Oh, yeah, the toxic player.
The guy that's literally, like, in most of our communities, all of our communities, I think, here at the store, the toxic players are pretty visible.
Yeah.
You can pick them out. You can say, okay, that guy is not fun to play.
Yeah.
You know, that guy it provides a negative experience.
And you can always tell, like, it's not...
And I mean that, let me finish my point here. I mean that because, like, they're so few and far between.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, they stand out.
There's a clear difference. And it's not like... And it's not the power gamers that are always attacking, because you can tell the difference. Because people will be like, I don't like playing that guy because, like, you know, I'm not on that level, you know?
Right.
Like he plays a much better deck than I do, and I don't have fun playing that. I play very casual. But then there's people who are like, I don't like playing them because I'm unhappy when I play them. So
no, I agree, and I mean, I think we've always...
toxic players need to be addressed, he said, a.k.a. Tim. Tim needs... All right. He quit. I don't know what you're talking. He quit the game for like 6 months.
I did not.
We pushed him out via
the Nerf bat. They serve it up. You know when you're a kid and you play...
No, this is not going to last the whole time.
You know what I'm talking about? You're a kid and your dad's throwing the baseball up to you, and you swing and you're like, oh, and you miss. And he's like, it's all right, son, I love you. I love you. He gets that ball.
I don't know.
And he tosses it again, right? And you rear back and you sandlot that puppy, right? You just crack it. That was guard at the GW Nerf back in October. They just, with a tear in their eye, they just mollywopped it. And out of the park it went. You found your day. No, he's still missing. This was from years ago, this nostalgia that I'm feeling. But yeah, GW just took that thing, man, and they Willie Maysed it. They Willie Maysed guard.
Willie Mays.
And now demons are like, they got like the dust knocked off them.
Dude,
like,
my Poxwalker nerf, though.
Unbelievable. I can't believe it.
Killed my list.
You just can't have free money. It's in a game where free is no longer viable or fair. You just don't. I can't believe they did that to you.
I can't believe it either, man. I played one game since then. I'm
Matt
demoralized.
the Bat feels what?
Knows how it feels to get wrecked by guard.
Oh, listen, guard are pretty good now. Still, I mean they've got some good things going for them. The big FAQ helped them some. We talked about it last week. I'm worried about the continuing, like just things are this or that. We need to nerf it.
Yeah,
nerf it. Kill it.
I don't like the precedent of it's good right now, so we need to nerf it right now.
Does that happen in Magic a lot? Like if something gets good?
It's been happening a little bit in Standard, not so much Modern. It's been happening a lot in Dragon Ball, but they're doing it. I think
they're doing more erratas. I would say, like Magic, they just outright ban stuff.
Yeah.
Like GW FAQs it and changes fundamentally how things work, and then I guess Dragon Ball does that to an extent where they
errata the card.
But I think Dragon Ball is probably leading the way on their FAQs, to be honest, or their erratas on their cards.
I think Dragon Ball is doing a really good job of errata-ing a card without breaking the cards. I think Warhammer takes a step beyond. Okay, so like in Warhammer, guard was good, and they like nerfed it, and nerfed it again, and then nerfed it again. And then Dragon Ball, there was a card that was really good, and they're like, well, let's watch it, and they waited like 2 months.
They didn't wait very long.
Well, they waited about a month or 2 months.
Was it?
Yeah.
But I think that, and you're talking about the Mecha Frieza leader.
And the Bobbity before that.
The Bobbity was really important. I mean, the Bobbity, you could literally, like, if you got lucky, you could boom, boom, boom. You could play 4 of those things.
Yeah.
For 6 energy, and like that thing was pulling out. You'd basically pull out all the big things.
Well, the biggest problem was you could play it early because you could ramp
with
up.
Mecha Frieza, right?
Well, you could ramp up with non-red energy.
Right.
So they have,
so it has to be 6 red energy now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's.
I think that was a good change.
I agree. The only way you can break it is with the Jito.
Yes, Bobby. Okay.
Yes,
Eli made a good point earlier that I think toxic players need to be addressed. I agree. I think that hi YouTube viewer. I think that
one.
Come on, he's important or she very important. I think it's important for the community to address. Did you just stare at the camera
yeah,
like, in the weirdest way? He's like, what a
they're important.
So you freak them out?
I wanted to give them the attention they deserve.
Thanks for watching. Unbelievable. Okay, but no, I think the community does need to address those players, and then obviously the tournament organizer if it becomes an issue. It's important to delineate as if that person toxic because they're cheating, or they're bending rules, or are they just not likable? That's the thing. Like, is it don't read it? Don't read it. You know what I mean? Because like if somebody's just like if you don't mesh with their personality, like you can't kick them out of a tournament because you don't like the way they look. You know what I mean? But I agree. I think that needs to be addressed, and it's one of those kind of things where you self-regulate. Jordan knows I was talking about him. Bobbity did need a nerf. I agree, Tony. Let's see what do we got here. Guard did get mollywopped. What did Jordan say? They took the guard's flavor and made portions of them a necessity to game the system in most Imperial lists. Yes, they did. So the idea that you could just bring conscripts and get 150 command points, and then the conscripts were fearless and all this stuff, but you didn't have anything else guard related.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just filling troop slots. It was really a stupid thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But
they fixed that, right?
No, not really. I mean,
I thought they did with the.
They made them 4 points a month. They're not worth bringing anymore. But
okay.
So they went the other way. So like they were being abused. So like, all right, listen, guard players, you have 900 infantry. Just take some of those off the shelf and just scrape them into the trash and then light it on fire because you're never going to use even half of those anymore.
All right. Okay.
So just a raging dumpster fire of frickin' GW plastic.
So okay. I think the Toxicity is mostly different. Okay, before we get to back to the toxic thing, so with the new rule in 40K with the keyword thing, right?
Yeah, you can't. Okay, you can't do that so much anymore. But you could still.
So do you think they should?
You can literally bring a guard battalion for 180 points. I just checked it the other day. 180 points, you get 5 command points.
Jeez.
I think you can do something very similar with Chaos though.
No.
How much are cultists?
Not with Death Guard.
You can bring a Chaos battalion and get 5 command points.
But cultists suck.
You think conscripts are lighting the world on fire? They're just on the board and it's pissing people off.
Lighting the board up.
Listen, I'm going to put out a wide-reaching questionnaire here to all 7 current viewers. See you later, buddy.
How good are Imperial Knights now?
Oh, cool.
Not good.
Oh, that's Mike.
Oh, is it? Is it Mike Cole?
Hi, Michael. On YouTube.
They are. I mean, they're great.
They are.
They're a big body that dies fast.
Big things in 8th edition just get mollywopped.
Yeah.
It's tough. You know, I mean, it's a tough balancing act between.
I own the most resilient, probably the most resilient model, disgustingly so, in 40K, and it dies turn 1.
And it dies. It dies.
Often. Every time almost.
Yeah, most of the time. I agree. But no, you can manipulate the battalion. You can do this and that with the way guard work, and I think you can do it with chaos also.
All right, so Eli said something about that toxicity.
Jake says, stop it. Jake Campbell says that 40K is a tough sell toward non-toxic people.
I don't agree with that.
Is he saying the majority of people that play it are toxic?
I think he said 40.
Can you refine that, Jake?
I think 40K is a great game for most people. I think toxic people ruin 40K. For the non.
I agree. But here's the thing. So like if you play in a tournament here, you're gonna get 3 games, right? So it doesn't matter unless we have one other person in the tournament. You're gonna play 3 games.
Yeah.
And we already talked about the quality of the players that we have show up from a mentality standpoint, not their play. I mean, we have talented players show up also. But even if you have one game where you're like, man, I really didn't like that guy. Yeah. You're still going to play 2 games against people that you're either going to be neutral on or you're going to enjoy the game. You know what I mean? A lot of times we see people rolling dice, having fun.
I think it's also important not to confuse like maybe the dissatisfaction of the game to correlate to experience.
That's tough.
People.
40K is such a passion-driven thing.
No, I can understand. Like I can see why people would be. I suppose they want their army to be a certain way.
Right. Oh, I've been there. I understand.
You've been there, and then when it's not that, or
it can be very frustrating. It can be
frustrating, but it's not really the toxic people that ruin that. It's more like you have to alter the way you play the game, and maybe you don't like that. I think one of the biggest issues with 40K is that to prevent a lot of toxic behavior, you must be an expert at both your army and whatever army you're playing against. That is very hard to do when you play casually. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
In a tournament standpoint.
I understand that, but like we talked about earlier, a lot of times you're going to come up against a guy, and you will find the guy that will like hold his stuff and not. Like, oh, I'm not going to tell you anything. You know what I mean? Like, I was thinking about this the other day. If I'm playing a game and somebody's got 7 transports on the field, and there's one filled with guys that are really scary, my opponent is always going to tell me what one they're in.
Yeah, I've played a lot of games where, like, against many people I didn't know at tournaments, and I'll ask questions, but, all right, so do you have psychers? Do you have anything that deep strikes? Mm-hmm. Do you have anything scary? Like, what's the scariest thing over here? And they, like, honestly tell me. They're like, oh, Yeah, you want to kill this
I-
as fast as possible.
I would say almost every game I've ever played, I'm like, okay, so I get to the point where I'm like, do I shoot that or do I shoot this? And it's like, I flat out ask, what's scarier? What's more dangerous? And I've never had anybody say, well, just get the conscripts. They're gonna get those guys. They're pretty scary. You know, I think that we base these opinions and these fears about playing in larger groups or tournaments. I think we base them on the one guy that we think we might come up against. When I think the majority of your experience is going to be positive.
Yeah, I agree that.
And you read that about massive tournaments. You know what I mean? Like, in our heart, in our mind, we think that we're going to be the guy that gets denied moving his whole army because he's playing that guy, right?
Right.
But most of the time, you're playing against a guy that's like, you want to kill this. This is going to hurt you.
Yeah.
I think that's the majority of things.
And especially in a casual game. I've never once played a game that in a non-tournament with anybody that wasn't like open and honest about everything. Especially if I'm struggling, they'll be like, "Oh, don't forget your second phase. Don't forget you didn't move those guys."
Right.
They're usually very helpful. And I think Magic is in the sense the same way because often you miss your triggers, or in something like draw, like something happens. Don't forget you missed your trigger there. Oh, you gained 5 life there, and that doesn't happen in a tournament necessarily, but like in a bigger tournament, and like an F&M, that happens.
Right, it should.
It should, yeah.
And it should probably happen.
Jake, we played a game the other day that I thought like was very non-toxic. I mean, the game was unfortunate because orcs aren't great. But I don't think I was toxic for them.
I don't know. I think
we played a game where it was just straightforward, 1,000 points, just melee versus melee, and the luck of the die was on my side. And
he also said he rolled really bad in that game.
Huh?
He also told me he rolled really bad.
He rolled very bad. He missed like all his charges, so I got the first attack. He missed like all his attacks, like all his hits, and against an army that defends very well, like it was just bad rolls. I didn't think it was toxic though, and it's not like I didn't let him do what he wanted to do.
Right, I agree. All right, we are running out of time. We talked about that for a very long time.
Are we really that close out of time? What time is it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we got comments over here.
Holy
address these real quick.
We got 5 minutes, huh? That's definitely not true. What the Campbell said depends on, I don't know, Acropolis, politics. That's all gone.
Politics.
It's all gone.
My dice were toxic. I think, and that happens to me a lot too, where I get frustrated.
We talked for a long time. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, we did. It was a good.
All right, let's wrap some things up. We got upcoming events on here.
Go ahead. Upcoming events.
A Legion tournament.
Legion tournament this Saturday.
That's Star Wars Legion.
Star Wars Legion is a fantastic game. What's he say?
Yeah, playing mechanically sound, especially in a tournament setting, should be your responsibility. In a fun setting, the expectation should be to help, as Jake suggests. Talk about the return to Ravnica. Oh yeah, we're going back to Ravnica.
That's right here.
Yeah,
for 3 sets.
For the 3 whole sets.
They're gonna be gates.
There might be gates.
There better be gates.
I hope there's no gates.
I don't know why.
I don't want gates.
Fair enough.
No, the gates
Fair
are...
enough. All right, so upcoming events. You guys that have been tuning in and out, make sure you check out the contest. Like, share,
comment. Subscribe.
Comment. Subscribe to YouTube though.
Yeah, subscribe to YouTube and Twitch.
And Twitch.
Like, share, comment.
Twitch.
Twitch. You pointed down to the computer. Twitch.
Oh.
Comment, share, like, subscribe.
Okay, like, share, and comment on Facebook, and you got a chance to win something cool next week. We'll announce it in our episode next week.
Yeah, beginning of the episode. Next week.
It's gonna be the end of the episode.
It'll be the beginning.
Listen, man, it's a radio tactic. You got to keep them involved.
All right, end the next
You
week's
watch
episode.
Survivor, man, like literally, and the person eliminated is, and then it goes to
that show. Right
man, we didn't get to talk about Westworld. Okay,
come on, I'm applying to Survivor.
He needs to get it. Vote for Jakey. Tim is a vine. I don't know what that means. Is that bad?
What do you think?
Probably Jake said it. What is happening? Hearts, hearts, hearts. We love you. We love you.
It's all Caleb.
Okay, so Legion this Saturday. I really, really want you guys to come down and play. It's a lot of fun.
Or at least come watch if you're interested in playing Star Wars. Yeah.
the games do play pretty quick. It's a great system, a lot of fun. Survivor hardly knew her. Oh my god! All right, so that's our only event this Saturday.
Besides our weekly Magic.
We got our weekly events.
Standard
FNM.
on Wednesday, FNM on Friday, Brawl on Monday.
Soul related, yeah. We got our Soul campaign going. I think Jake might be picking it up again this week. We hope. It's a lot of fun.
Get out of here, Vine.
What does that mean? I don't know what it means. Okay. So Legion this Saturday. Check out all our other events on our event tab on this platform. Facebook. Go to Facebook. Go to Facebook, Twitch. Thank you.
You're pointing
at
them to go to this camera.
Yep. So here, I wish you guys could see this. We need to have another camera come in.
Yeah, behind us. Show what we got going.
What we're looking at. This absolute smorgasbord of technology. Okay, so will you stop drifting off the camera? You're freaking me out. Who's doppelganging? Okay. We've got to make time for a movie review.
All right, a quick movie review. We got 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. First of all, Infinity War.
A
plus out of 10. A plus out of 10.
A.
I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
I think that movie was one of the best movies I've seen in a while. And 2018, do it for Vine. 2018 has been a great year for movies, I would say.
Yeah.
Like 17 really threw us off. You know, have you seen Billy Madison, O'Doyle Rules?
So the bus.
2017, we were the bus going off the cliff, like the population of the planet, movie-wise, right? Just plummeting to a fiery death.
What came out last year that was exciting?
Not much. And then at the end of the year, we had the last...
Oh, we're not bringing it up again.
Oh, okay. Oh, you get that feeling.
But we've had Black Panther this year, which is great.
Black Panther was good.
Quiet Place we talked about last week.
Quiet Place was... Which
was amazing. I'd put that... If you're going to give Infinity War a 9, I'd put Quiet Place at 9.5.
9.2, 9.3, somewhere in that range.
Just above... Just a...
Solo's coming out. We're going to talk about that in just a minute.
Just a notch above The Departed.
Krispy Kreme.
I think that was in 2016.
I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything
16,
about
Jordan.
Okay.
You know watch the Power Rangers movie?
God, no.
It was
I remember. It was
hour
like
and a half Krispy Kreme commercial. Dude. What's her name?
Did we get Covenant in 17?
Yeah.
Or was that 16? Covenant was.
When did Jordan move? Like a year ago?
Jordan, when did you move?
He moved last March, right? So it must have been 2016.
It must have been. Yeah, I really like Covenant a lot. I would give Covenant not a recent movie, but I'd give that movie an 8.
That's such a long time. A 7 for me.
7? Why a 7?
I don't know. Just
don't want to be doling out 8s and 9s.
Yeah, man, that's fair. That's a high number.
That's fair. Last June he moved.
All right, so man, what were we talking about? Okay, Black Panther, Quiet Place.
We're talking about good movies this year. 2018 has been a fantastic year.
Infinity War was really good. I'm really excited. I'm kind of excited to see the Solo Lando movie.
Okay. So the main...
I'm watching it Thursday, so...
Star Wars trilogy movies have not been... Yeah, I'm excited for the Dragon Ball movie.
Yeah.
The main Star Wars movies have not been good lately.
Rogue One was really good, so I'm kind of...
Rogue One was its own thing. But Solo ties in even more than... They are nice.
These ones are actually, I think, a little bit nicer than the last ones.
They are.
Than the green, and the light green ones. These ones are.
They look cooler too. It's a better green.
Yeah.
Okay, but Solo fits into the trilogy a little bit more. I really honestly don't think we need a Han Solo origin movie. I think a Lando origin would have been way more interesting.
I thought if this was a Lando movie, it would have been
with a Solo cameo.
That would have been cool.
I think that would have been cool. Okay, here's
I feel like there's going to be a lot of Lando in this movie, but
it's not the Lando movie. It's a Solo movie.
Yeah.
I don't know why, and I don't know why he has a love interest. Is it just to get Daenerys in a movie?
It's just because it's.
I get it. You gotta have. You're trying to get the pretty face.
You got like when you make a movie, you got like checkpoints you have to cross off. Like, okay, we got main character, check. Love interest for main character, check. Crappy storyline, check.
Joel, there's not going to be a
I
Rogue
just
2.
see
They
it.
all died.
That is called episode 4.
No, okay, but honestly, what I'm hoping for out of Solo is there's got to be some Han and Chewie moments. We only had one of those in The Force Awakens.
You only had
Remember when they're on Hoth? I mean, Starkiller Base.
Yeah, you see one in the trailer, and I liked it.
Well, I hope that's what it should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm really hoping like there's a point where Chewie chokes Han out, like before they become friends.
Yeah.
And then he ends up saving his life or whatever. I don't remember what the EU says on that, but disagreeing what?
I don't know. He disagrees on stuff.
Extrapolating. Well, he likes the idea of a Han backstory. That's fine.
One movie I'm excited for that we put down on this piece of paper that is so official that I learned just now. Venom. I'm really excited for the Venom movie. I was so angry at the Venom in Spider-Man 3, probably because Spider-Man 3 was dumpster fire.
I never saw it.
And I just thought the Venom in the movie was insanely underwhelming.
Right.
They threw him in the last 20 minutes. Everyone like didn't believe me. I was like, he was only in the last 20 minutes. Like, no, he's like in the last hour and a half.
And it was 20 minutes.
It was 20 minutes. Like, you watch the movie, go to the point.